Hello. Deceit 2 Legacy Mode was just released recently, and I thought it would be good to make a guide for it to help those of you who never played Deceit 1 over 5 years ago at this point. This version of the game mimics that era of Deceit pretty well, and many of the mechanics are the same, but the core of the game is the same as any other form of Deceit. The innocent team versus the infected team. There are 6 players in this mode, with 4 being innocent and 2 are infected. Also, something to note is legacy mode is way more fast paced and shooting focused, so be wary of that before you start. The first big difference from normal Deceit 2 is that the chat is global at all times. There is still the infected chat, but everyone can hear everyone else otherwise. When you join the game, you are going to want to find items to grab to help you along your way. You can see what is available by checking the suspicion menu on the right side. There are 3 different item challenges that you have to do to collect them. The first is the target practice, which has 3 targets that you have to shoot, but be careful as only the last target gives the item, so this can be stolen, and from pretty far away too. The second is the capture circle, which just requires you to stand in the circle, and it does go faster with more people. The last is the 2-player pressure pad. One person must stand on the plate, and another is able to grab the item. But be careful, the items in this one are the most powerful ones, so only give them to someone you trust. Some items are similar to standard mode, but there are some, well, I guess old items that return for legacy. You start with a pistol that you can reload with ammo packs found around the map, and knuckle dusters for when you're low on ammo. Some of the light items that can fend off the terrors include the camera, torch, and traps. Some of these work slightly differently from in standard mode, like you get more flashes from the camera but they are less impactful, and as for the traps, they have a charge time where they do not go off instantly. There are also utility items like the antidote, tracker, shotgun, inspection kit, and lethal injection. The antidote can save someone from dying that was either executed by a terror or injected by the lethal injection. The tracker will show you a player across the map. The shotgun is a more powerful weapon than the pistol, but is limited on ammo. The inspection kit works like a portable scanner from the asylum map in standard mode. One person can see what team another player is on, so it is up to you to make sure the person holding it is trustworthy. Then the lethal injection will allow you to execute a player in the 3rd stage if you use it on them. Again, they can be antidoted from this. If you are infected and do not want innocents to pick up any important items, you can break them by shooting the lever that activates them. Other than those items, there are a couple of other pickups like armor, which gives you a second health bar, but it does not regenerate unless you pick up another one, and there are health packs to regenerate your health. As time runs down, we reach the blackout phase. Unlike standard mode, you can still see, hear, and shoot people in this phase, but this is where the infected players can transform into terrors. To transform, the infected need to have a full blood bar. This can be accomplished by drinking 3 blood bags in the day or 6 in the night, or a combination of both. This means you can drink 2 in the day phase, but if you can't just get to that last one in time, you can drink the 2 halves in the night to meet your quota. Once an infected transforms into a terror, if they grab you, they can instantly execute you and take you out of the game if you do not get antidoted. This means you need to use your light items and bullets to fight off the terrors. In this mode, you can shoot the terrors to down them and force them to respawn. You can also shoot humans in this way, and whether or not they are downed in the day or night, if they do not get picked up, they will lose everything. Their ammo, their items, their blood. This is devastating, so make sure you are not downed. If the terrors themselves are downed, they lose a bar of blood, meaning 3 downs, and they turn instantly back into humans. This can be mitigated a bit by drinking more half bags at night when you're transformed, but just make sure that this does not happen. Each terror has a different ability and speed, but they are more in line with the Deceit 1 abilities than Deceit 2's. The vampire can teleport to vents to spawn wherever they are on the map. These vents can also be used by all the terrors, just go up to one and spawn somewhere else. The werewolf can howl to slow down targets, disorientate them, and make them drop the fuse they are holding. The experiment activates a shield and restores all its light health, and the clown creates a clone of itself that can take a bullet or a trap hit. To end this blackout period and head to the next stage, innocents need to put in fuses. On the first stage is 3 fuses, then 2, then 1 as the stages go on. But be careful, as if you're running, the infected can see you, so it might be worth it to walk to that last fuse box. If you do not put all the fuses in time, the infected will hit the enraged state, where they can kill as many people as they want, so you do not want that to even be close to happening. Well, unless you're infected, then camping the last fuse box and shooting innocents to prevent them from putting it in can win you a game quick. Also, something to note is that it does not show you when other players are killed unless you killed them personally, so watch out for that, as someone could fake being dead this way. As the blackout period ends, gas starts filling the area, putting a timer on how long you have to get into the next floor. But the gas does not kill instantly. You can stay in it for as long as the bar is counting down. This means that you can go back into the gas to come out of another exit to help you evade capture. This is called exit dodging. As you get into the next floor though, you probably will want to vote someone out. This can be done by shooting down and then shooting or punching the player on the ground to cast your vote. It requires 4 votes on the first stage, then 3, then 2. That means you won't have enough votes to kill the infected if 2 people die on the first stage, so don't let them drink all the blood, or at least antidote one of the players that got eaten. There are 2 ways to escape the game, and that is the escape door and the escape hatch. Firstly, the door is at the end of the 3rd section. Once it is opened, the infected are enraged, and a countdown happens until the door fully lets you out. The other way is the escape hatch, which can be voted on to end the game if you think the infected are gone. And yes, that means the game does not end if you vote out both infected. You have to take that risk on the escape hatch. And I think that's about it for how to play this new legacy mode compared to standard mode for Deceit 2. Just one more thing before we wrap up. Please remember, even though things can get heated and toxic in a lying game involving shooting, especially since legacy is more centered around that, don't fuel that fire. Don't spread toxicity and discrimination and other negative things that you can do in this game. Remember to report and block players and move on. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, as I have more legacy and normal gameplay on the way. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and thank you guys so much for watching.
Once held high